Welcome to On Power. At On Power, we produce and sell electricity throughout Iceland, and we also provide hot water for a large section of the capital region. We produce electricity and hot water at geothermal power plants in Hellisheiði, Nesjavellir and Andakíll. We have created this short video because safety issues are very important to us, and because we want everyone to return home safely after a good day's work. We do our best to ensure a good and safe working environment, but it is important that everyone adopts the right attitude towards safety and procedures. The presentation takes a few minutes, and afterwards you will be asked for confirmation by signing the appropriate form with your name, ID number and phone number. Once you have listened to the presentation, you will be met by your supervisor, who is responsible for you during your stay. Do not hesitate to ask if you require any further information or instructions. And so, to begin with, it is essential that you are familiar with the area. Here is an overview of the Hellisheiði power plant, showing us the location of the plant, the parking areas, the main entrance, the security check-in where visitors announce their arrival, and the collection point. Here is an overview of the Nesjavellir power plant, showing us the location of the plant, the parking areas, the main entrance, the security check-in where visitors announce their arrival, and the collection point. Here is an overview of the Andakíll hydroelectric power plant, showing us the location of the plant, the parking areas, the main entrance, the security check-in where visitors announce their arrival, and the collection point. Access to the power plants is controlled. Experience has shown that it is safer to reverse into parking spaces rather than backing out of them. It is therefore good practice to reverse into spaces when parking. The maximum speed within the power plant area is 15 kilometers per hour. Guests are at the responsibility of the supervisor, but if you become separated or if an emergency arises, then bear in mind the emergency number 112. In the unlikely event of a gas leak, the alarm will sound and a blue light will illuminate the space. If the warning alarm goes off, then leave the building immediately via the next emergency exit and go to a collection point. If the fire alarm goes off, then leave the building. Make your way to a collection point and do not re-enter the building until you have been given a clear message that it is safe to do so. All emergency exits are marked with illuminated signs, which are located above the exits. Take note of the location of emergency exits in any areas that you visit. Walkways are marked by fluorescent lines on the floors. In the event of any such emergency, the supervisor will follow you out of the nearest emergency exit. Once you have left the building, go directly to a collection point. This makes it easier for us to achieve an overview of any possible emergency. Collection points are indicated with this symbol. As previously mentioned, there are collection points at Hellisheiði, in front of the guest reception and by the staff entrance, at Nesjavellir, in front of the guest reception and at the rear of the power plant, and at Andakíll, in the parking lot in front of the station house. We are all connected to nature, and how we conduct ourselves is extremely important. Our goal is that conditions are in the same state when we leave a project as when we began. This applies whether if it's clearing up at a workplace or in nature. All waste is sorted and recycled, and instructions relating to this are available in the appropriate areas. When entering the premises of the power plant, protective clothing must be worn. Guests are required to wear visibility clothing, a safety helmet, safety glasses, and safety shoes. The only exception to this rule is if there is a meeting indoors that does not require going into the work area. We recommend the use of handrails when walking up or down stairs. There are various dangers around the plant, most notably gas, the hot surfaces of machinery and pipes, and hot water. Heavy machinery and equipment are to be avoided. Surfaces can grow very hot in certain places, for instance, by measurement tubes, which can be extremely dangerous. Steam can also very easily impede visibility. During winter, cavities may form in the snow around hot pipes, which is something to be particularly aware of. Never touch the machinery or any tools. Note that no one is permitted to enter the engine room unless accompanied by a supervisor. Hydrogen. Hydrogen sulfide is a naturally occurring gas that can affect the respiratory system of those who are susceptible. In high concentrations, hydrogen sulfide is very dangerous, and it is therefore important to take extreme caution. Hydrogen sulfide can accumulate in and around the buildings. The supervisor is equipped with a hydrogen sulfide meter. Returning home safely to loved ones and family is the most important thing of all. Safety at work relates to all of us. Together, we have a responsibility to each other. Keep safety in mind during your stay.